So you're thinking of moving to Champlin, Minnesota. Well, today we're going to do a deep dive, everything you need to know about Champlin, Minnesota, and we're going to get into it right now. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Steve with the Three Rivers Real Estate team based on the Twin Cities right here in Minnesota. We produce content for people just want to know more about the Twin Cities and the surrounding suburbs. Today we're specifically going to look at Champlin, Minnesota, a northern suburb with a whole lot to offer. We're going to hop onto my laptop, do a Google overview, let you know everything you need to know if you're thinking of moving to Champlin. All right, we're going to hop right on into it here on my computer screen, hopping into Google Maps so you can figure out right where Champlin is. You can see it outlined here in red. It's a northern suburb, so in relation to Minneapolis, St. Paul, probably about a half hour north from Minneapolis, probably about 40 minutes northwest from St. Paul. Trying to get to the airport, probably another 40 minutes to get there. So if you do live in Champlin here, kind of the main way in, the main drag here is going to be Highway 169. It's a very versatile highway there. If you're in Minnesota at all, you use 169 to get north-south a lot. It's also a great way over the river. So if you're commuting north of the river very frequently, 169 is a great option for you. Now, this is also kind of a negative for Champlin. I don't like starting off on negatives too early in the video here, but 169 does get very congested as it is one of the main ways over the river from a northern suburb standpoint here. So if you're looking to get north of the river and you live in the north, you basically have 610, 169 are your two main ways here. And you see 169 is the one that runs just north-south. Gets you into Anoka and over Ramsey areas very, very quickly. So come rush hour, if you have anyone coming in from downtown or Maple Grove, Plymouth, trying to get north of the river, main way to do it is going to be through 169. So it gets very congested in there if you're trying to get back into the Champlin area. But that's pretty much where the negatives kind of stop there. Other than that, it's a very fantastic suburb, very close to a lot of things. It's still south of the river, which is always advantageous if you want to try to get to downtown and stuff like that. Don't have to worry about crossing the river. Within the city limits itself, you can see Elm Creek Park Reserve here is right on the west side of the city. So you can hop into that and you have lots of different options. And this is a very large park reserve area with lots of activities to get into there. And then the city itself has pretty much everything you're going to need right there. I mean, and it's all on 169 too. So while it's a busy area, it's a very convenient area too, as you come in here, have a little bit of everything, get your Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, Clive's here, movie theaters right here, one of the larger movie theaters in the area. So a lot of people tend to come into this area for that. Right in here is a lot of shopping, Target, Arby's, a lot of the stuff right in here that you're going to need in this area, as well as we start kind of looking out for the west side. Again, you have a lot of different things right here within city limits. So you don't have to go very far to find anything that you're kind of looking for within the city there. And I said, if you want to get out into the nature, you have Elm Creek there, but you're also butted up to the Mississippi here as well. So pretty much the entire northern part of the city is butted up to the Mississippi River. So if you like going down there on lake walks, want to go for a boat ride or something on the Mississippi, pretty easy to do so right from the city limits, Champlin itself. No issues there. So if we get kind of into the nitty gritty of it, we hop over the census. How big is Champlin? Champlin itself, just under 24,000 people. You can see here estimates based off 2022 census, but 23,000, 24,000, somewhere in there. It's kind of where the population is looking at there. It is a pretty big owner-occupant city, not a lot of rentals here, and actually Champlin just passed a rental ordinance, even limiting that even more. So if you're looking to go to Champlin to get some rental properties, probably going to look somewhere else, as they made it pretty strict as far as how many units can be within a city block. So they've really restricted that part there, trying to kind of curb that, make it a very owner-occupant city, which it is. You can see almost 90% owner-occupant. That actually makes sense. I believe the rental ordinance was basically, 10% only. So only like one per block or something like that. So you have to look that up if you're looking to be a landlord. Definitely double check into that, but they definitely want to preserve this portion of it here. And we'll take a look at home values and all of that stuff. But Champlin itself is a very affordable city, which is one of the big perks to it. If we take a look at average home prices in the city of Champlin, is $420,000 for the average. If we look at what it's at within the Twin Cities region, so the Twin City itself is 426,000. So Champlin is just under what the average sales price for a home is within all of the Twin Cities. So it's a very affordable suburb, which is actually really cool given, again, all the things that are right there within city limits itself. You don't really have to go very far to go for, if you're looking for something within city limits there. Everything's there. Makes it very affordable, which is why it's a very sought after suburb. If we start looking at what's inventory like there, yeah, it's starting to creep up a little bit right now, but it was hovering under a month of supply of inventory for a very, very long time. It wasn't until interest rates started coming up that it started creeping up. And if we compare that to the rest of the Twin Cities, they're 1.2 months of supply. Twin Cities regions at 1.6. So still below that. And you can see that Twin Cities was, at the lowest, about 1.2 months of supply. For Champlin, I believe, is at like 0.7 at its low. 0.7, and it was there for quite a while. So again, very sought after suburb. A lot of people want to move here, in part to that affordability and all the things that the city offers there. As far as homes sitting on the market, they're not sitting long. Only about 9 days on market on average. You can see on the lows here about 7 days on market. Last spring when the market was going really, really crazy. So things hop on, they're not sticking around long. They're moving very, very quickly due to, all the people that want to move into this area for all the things that it has to offer. If we head over to niche.com here, it has an overall score of an A for all the things we kind of talked about there. It's the 24th best suburb to buy a home at in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. I see there's a lot of A's on here. It's good for families, A- in public schools, A- in housing, A- for jobs, B for cost of living, A- for outdoor activities. We kind of talked about some of this already. Outdoor activities, Mississippi, able to hop over to Elm Creek. Jobs, you're not too far from anything. There's a lot right within that city. Good for families, the public school system, great community, and the housing score. There's a lot of new development happening right here in this area, and we'll talk about that a little bit later here as well, on everything they have here. Of course, if you've watched these videos before, if you spent any time looking at niche, pretty much every city in Minneapolis or Minnesota is at least a C for weather, C plus for weather. It's our weather's as you know, our winters are kind of can be rough. So we go there, and again, population just under 24,000 there. Mostly owner occupant, as we talked about. And if we kind of go through some of these other things towards the bottom here, median household income, 104,200, national average 70. So quite a bit higher than that, with all the jobs and the employment opportunities you have within Champlin and surrounding areas. Very good opportunities if you're looking to kind of move up there. Public schools, it's Champlin Park High School, A- score there. Meadow Ridge Elementary, fantastic elementary school if you're looking to get in there for school systems. You get a lot of great options there as well, as it's very centrally located to a lot of different things. So we have some overlapping of school districts there too, but everything right in that area is fantastic in that area. So if you are looking to move there, you might be wondering, what can you get for your bang for your buck? If it's about $420,000 is your average, what does that really get you? So if we're going to hop on the old Zillows here and see if we can find something for, well, as we can see in the kind of north part here, we have a lot of homes for sale. As I talked about, there's a lot of new construction happening up in this area. So this is pretty big development here right on the border of Champlin and Dayton. A lot of different builds happening up in this area. So if you're looking for new construction, you definitely have options there. If you want something previously owned, what do we got for about $420? So this is listed $430. Looks like a nice side by side. This is a duplex. Let's see if we can find a single family here. $442. There we go. So $440, a little higher than the average, but you get 4 beds, 3 baths, just under 3,000 finished square feet here. This would be kind of built in 2001, so early 2000s build. Very, fairly open concept. You have an open kitchen, dining room, living room space on the top there. You have a big primary bedroom with its own primary suite or bathroom area here as well. So you got the soaking tub, finished basement, not a walkout, but family room space down there. Nice deck size, yard size. That's one other great thing about Champlin. Typically, a lot of the yard sizes are fairly big as you're a little further out. So get a little bit more space if you want that. If you want a bigger yard to maintain, things like that, Champlin's a great opportunity for you there. So I was a previously owned. If you want to kind of see what new construction is kind of going for over here as well. If we scoot over a little bit more, let's see. So you can get into a new house. Looks like for as low as about $480. And about 420 is the average there. So if you can get brand new there, it looks like it's going to be about a one-level villa. That's what we have here is new construction. So again, very open concept, vinyl plank flooring, it looks like, walkout. So I'm guessing this is probably on a slab villa. So single level living, very, very popular. That's nice big primary bath, soaking bathtub there. So yeah, a lot of great options there if you're looking to move into the Champlin area. Champlin has a lot to offer. It's very affordable. It's very close to a lot of things. I said one of the really only big negatives is you get some of the congestion here, but you have so many other great things happening within the city limits that it is no surprise that it is a very sought after suburb within the Twin Cities metro area. All right, there's my overview of Champlin, Minnesota. What do you think? Do you have more questions? What do you think about the city? Like I said, super awesome. It has a lot to offer, a very affordable suburb that garnishes a lot of activity. A lot of people really want to move there. Very desirable city. So if you live in Champlin, thanks for watching. What did I miss? What's your favorite part of the city? Drop it in the comments below. If you're thinking of moving there and you have further questions about us, feel free to reach out. You can hit us up in the comments below. Otherwise, our contact information, call, text, or email, all below as well. Look forward to seeing you next time.